could see my entire setup like this, but I don't care. So it was November 2019. I hopped in the studio. I made a rap song for esports. In this song, it got the characters of Xavier, Shouta from esports, and Chino from esports all being rapped together. There's a lot of professional references that you might not get since it's outdated videos from 2019. The song was initially announced in September 2019, but it wasn't released until November. It was going to be released in October, but recording issues and shit. So the beat, I was going to use the original beat for Shouta Flow. Emily Choppa did. This is a parody of Emily Choppa's Shouta Flow. And I'm pretty sure like it wasn't after I recorded it, or probably was after I recorded it, but he released the version with the trash beat, the instrumental to that one. He released the instrumental, so I decided to use that one for humor purposes. And I thought it worked out great. The beat, it really complements the aesthetic of the song, the abstractness. So I think it was the right decision instead of using the actual beat. My rap name, I didn't decide what I wanted it to be. Like, it was XF initially for like a long time, and then I changed it to We Master the Old God to BronxHalo. Now it's BronxHalo, so you just call me that. As a rapper, all my rap songs are by BronxHalo, not Xavier Fernandez. I am a menace. I'm like Elisa at tennis. I'm the beef they Kennedy. Right? You need to know you're gonna vanish. I knew Alamed so I finish. And also Theo, that forward is under the foe. I try to suck under his toast. Jay has the nose. I'm a perceive on a stove. Ryan, you know he's a hoe. I fought it mad times all those rappers that, but I'm a menace. I'm like Elisa at tennis because she's a champion tennis, if you didn't already know. I'm with the beef from like Keenan, because that's Professor's actual name. Kenan, whatever. And Beef Boss. With my issue needs you to vanish. This one actually has a lot to do with the time I wrote this in November 27, 2019. Actually, I read this in October, but it was while I was in 8th grade. And when I was in 8th grade, my nickname was Ashy Boy because my knees were always like extra levels of ashy. So yeah, I decided to reference that in this song. On who I like Matt is, so I finished. Nothing against Matt from esports. It's just that like he's a big guy, so if you beat the big guy, they're gonna think you're a big guy. And also Theo, that forward is more than a 4. Theo has a big forehead. Is more than a 4. Could be a 5 head, 6 head, 7 head, 8 head, 16 head, 32 head, 64 head, 128 head, 256 head, 512 head, 1024 head, 2048 head, 4096 head. I'm trying to suck on Haru's toes. I'm not gonna suck on Mi's toes. That was just filler. But Haru's one of the more attractive me. So if you ask me which Mi's toes, I'm not gonna suck on Mi's toes. But like, yeah. Shohei has a nose. His nose, he got the Squidward nose. I'm up with Steven on stove. Ryan, you know he's a hoe. This is Report's game with Long Show David. He can defend and Patrick is aiming. In one of Professor's videos where he was playing basketball, Long Hair Joe David, or Long Hair Joe, he liked to call him David. He was defensive player of the year in that video. Like I swear, Patrick's aiming. I'm pretty sure Patrick was getting defense, so he probably had the 3-point shot in that video. Tommy's a beast. You cannot tame him. Blocky McBlock. Her arm is dangerous because she blocks shots with her arms. Blocky McBlock is evil, by the way. What he's saying, Abby's a daughter. Y'all still see if she is so much hotter. I still stand by this today. Lucia is one of the more attractive V's in Wii Sports, probably the most attractive V in Wii Sports. Everybody was stepping for Abby at the time, and why? Also, I used to really like Lucia back then. She was my second favorite me the time I wrote this. Now she's like 11th. Also, Helen, you know she's a botter. Bought at Fortnite or something. Kentaur's cheeks did end of the slaughter. He just lost to Cole. Cole is trash. Try again and lost to Marco. Do you have an issue down in your... It was really supposed to say asshole, but then I don't know if I changed it to Kulo or didn't say it at all. You got low ratings, your name for Miko. If you play in my bros, put a tag in your toe. Matt's gonna carry you sent straight to the doctor. You make you want to jump out Miguel's helicopter. Sabir would be that it was supposed to say the N-word, nigga, but it did. I didn't say it. And also Chica, she'd be looking like a monster. Chica does look like a monster. She looks like a cockroach. I used to live with a lot of cockroaches back then. And I used to play with Chica a lot back then because I did beginner class back in 2012. I was living in Bronx, New York, which is where the name BronxHalo originates from. And cockroaches. Verse 2 is Shouta. Shouta, baby. Yeah, I look at my mole. You make a sword. And you know, Abby's the one who I stole. So all this talk about Abby and Shouta's verse specifically is because of a Professor video where he was playing table tennis. He was losing to Shouta. Abby was watching. He was like, Shouta's gonna still Abby for me. So yeah, why not capitalize on that? Tennis on all sides. Pierce big bowl sides, even though Shouta got a big bowl too. Now he's using a shoe for the goal. Then Xavier clicks in. Oh, hold on. Let me suck your toes. Because Xavier talks about toes a lot in this. Shout out a lot. Make her own with Papa. B call me daddy. B call me Papa. B Papa alone. Also came in. You know if you rigid, you put it on camera. Hopped out of bus and I hopped out of porch. Abby tastes like a 4-piece and a biscuit. I play like fires and ties about bridges. Bet you ain't never been to be Hoodoo swimming since they don't got swimming in Wii Sports. Tyrone out here play like drumming for the Pistons. He's on the Pistons anymore. He's on the Lakers, and also he was like the Cavs later on the season. I wrote this, so this is outdated. Also, he's just a good role player who got All-Star 2 times. But hey, you got to shout out someone from the Pistons. Drummond was on the Pistons at the time. Did that, and also he said Tracy McGrady. And I didn't even know Tracy McGrady was on the Pistons before reading the lyrics to the actual song. You know, in Poof's mouth, I'm taking pisses. That was going to be taken out of context. Nellie's like 80, but she's still here winning. She has the highest average skill level. And she's a grandma. So, yeah, give her respect for that. This third verse is Shinosuke's verse. The last verse. Also, Hiroshi, we're killing him slowly. Have you seen Alex? He looked like J. Cole. I also got snubbed by Sakura the pony for something, and his name was Takumi. If you didn't already know, Takumi's on Sakura's baseball team instead of Shinosuke, and yeah, I don't like it. I really did not like it in 2019, but now I just warmed up to it. Sakura's also my least favorite me, but that was because of Altercation 2010, which I barely even care about anymore. I don't even hate my least favorite me that much. Sakura's team kind of sucks. Like, the Mi's on it are not that likable, I swear. But Miyu and Nick, I really like them, and Pierre's pretty cool. So if you had Shinosuke, it would have just been balanced. Maybe I would like Sakura or something if Takumi wasn't there. And then the final line from Xavier Fernandez, Miyu looks like Dora, I still let her explore me. That's a little not okay. In my defense, I'm not a pedo, even though Miyu looks like a 6-year-old. Let's say we were both born in 2006, since that was when the movie was made, and I was also born in 2006. Well, also, back then it was a meme to say Miyu looks like Dora. I don't think you could say that anymore, and it's acceptable, but it was November 2019, back when it was perfectly okay to call her Dora. Now, since it's the first song I actually recorded, initially, looking at the first result nowadays, he sounds a little unenergetic, uncomfortable in the studio. I could feel that, but that was because it was first time recording. Join the Me Gang Discord. Do it. It's cool. Join the Me Gang. This is a Me Gang based song.